Hi there, Aswad here. We meet again in the second part of this video for today's lesson, and I'm gonna continue from the part 1 of the video, and now I'm gonna go once again through the table of content of plugin outsource development. And last time I do the outsource all the work chapter. Then we're gonna go through the plugin progress update chapter, and in this chapter I'm gonna show you how to keep in touch with your programmer and how to make them keep updating their progress. And you can see in this chapter I'm gonna show you to always keep in touch and ask for progress update. Also, if you see that your programmer is a good programmer and you need him to be working longer for you and for the long term kind of business, I will also show you how to keep your programmer on your hook. And basically how to do that is to praise him for a good work. If he do a good work and provide all the updates, also what you're asking him to do, he do it, and he give the good result. Also, maybe he give you some suggestions or something valuable for you to your experience. You can praise him for a good work. And also, if you need something to be fixed, you must make the programmer feel comfortable working with you. You make their work easy, and your work also became easy. If you have something for him to fix, you can bullet your point, and for the next fix you're gonna write all the kind of what you want him to fix in a word, and then you must compile it into the PDF files and then send it to him, and for the next update they will fix it for you. And also, if you think that he is excellent, and you can pay extra milestone for the excellent progress that he's done. So for example, if you ask him to do the progress from A to B at a certain time, but he managed to finish the project from A to G at the same time, so it is really good. He is really good, and he really has done a good job, and you can consider if you want to pay him a extra milestone for that. And then that's all for plugin progress update. We're gonna go to the next chapter, and in this chapter is what the most people forget about. And most people forget about this. When the plugin are complete and finished, they forget to test drive the plugin. You see that the plugin is a code, and the code has definitely gonna have a bug, and then we need to test drive the plugin before we sell it to the others. And to test it, you can ask your friends, or you can send the plugin to your loyalty subscribers, but the easiest way is to post something in the social media or in the Facebook group that you want someone to test drive your plugin. I'm sure they're gonna be someone who willing enough to test drive your next plugin. Make sure you promise them that you're gonna give them the full and the real plugin after you have released it to the public. Also, when you give someone to test your plugin, if you find that there are some bug in the plugin, you must debugging your plugin. And in this chapter I will show you how to debug your plugin. Now notice that you're not gonna do it yourself, but you're gonna outsource it to the same programmer that made your plugin before, and then we're gonna ask them to upgrade the plugin from 1.10 version to the 1.1 version. And I'm assure you that I really advise you to release the plugin as 1.10 versions, because there is some reason for that, and in that reason I will show you and I will explain to you more if you go to this full ebook. And then for lastly, we're gonna go to the plugin sales funnel, whether we want to licensing the plugin or not, or we're gonna go sell the plugin as it is without licensing anything. You see that licensing is for protection to your plugin, but licensing can cost you a lot of money, and there are some problem with licensing, but yeah, if your plugin is not too complicated, you didn't have to license your plugin. There are other type of sales funnel that you can use. That is the OTO secret. I will reveal it later. And I think for today part 2 lessons, I think that's all. Then we're gonna meet in the next video tomorrow. Thank you. Hello, Aswad here, and for today's training I'm just gonna go through the table of content that I made yesterday. And this is the first project for my first ever released ebook, and I plan to release an ebook this year, maybe in July I think, but I still haven't do the research. But I made some improvement by creating the table of content first, and I choose to be in plugin niche, or we can say the outsource niche. And I do have some experience outsourcing a plugin before, and I will take the knowledge from my experience and compile it into my new ebook that will be released in July. I hope so. So for today I'm just gonna go through the table of content, and here I'm using the S-Mind, creating the mind map for my new ebook. And I haven't think of the title of the ebook yet, but let's say we're just gonna use the plugin outsource development for the temporary title for the ebook. And in the plugin outsource development, there will be a nice chapter divided into 8 chapters or more. But for the first chapter, I'm going to introduce you to the introductions. Basically, the introduction is where I can make the readers feel excited and what is this ebook is about. And also I'm just gonna reveal some point where they need to pay attention in the other chapters. Okay, that's all for the introduction, and then we're gonna go to the generate idea. In generate idea sections, I divide it into 4 categories or 4 options where you can get the idea creating a plugins. And for the first idea, I'm gonna go to the codecanyon.com.net I think, and from there you can get the idea of creating new plugins. In Code Canyon there are plugin WordPress plugin section, and also the JavaScript section and PHP section. I divide it into 3 different categories. And in plugin sections, of course, you can see the standard license and also the interface, also the demo by the seller. And the JavaScript section also has the same, but the JavaScript is basically manual. You must, if you bought the JavaScript product, you must edit yourself manually. And also the PHP section is the same as the JavaScript section, but different programming language. And I'm just gonna say here that not the seller didn't have to concentrate on plugin section only. They can also go to the JavaScript section and PHP section, because the WordPress plugin basically contain all the JavaScript and also the PHP section. So if you got some PHP script that is workable and you want to send it to WordPress plugin, then it is much more simpler than building it from scratch. And also for the second option, I'm gonna go to the WordPress plugin directory. You see, when you install a WordPress, you can go to the plugin, and from there you can access the WordPress plugin directory. There are lots of plugin out there, but you can say that plugin in the directory are rather complicated user interface, and you can see that the plugin are divided into star, and the user who use the plugin can vote for the plugin how much star that the plugin have. And we in this session I will show them how to make a research with 5-star plugin, and from that you can see how the interface work and what you must have in your upcoming plugin to overcome the weakness of this 5-star free plugin. Also, I will show how to test drive the free plugin in an easy way. And the third option, I'm gonna go to the Warrior special offer, and here we're gonna search for top star plugin which has sold more than 1,000 times. So here you can see how that people who already developed a plugin made sales, and you will see the interface and how user friendly it is, and how to make the same interface as them. Also, the lastly is ask Google kind of thing. All the idea you can get are from Google. Google really Mr. Know it how, and from Google you can search for the free plugins or free jQuery plugins and also free JavaScript. And as you can see out there are people or developers who release open source their code, and you can use the open source code to create your own plugin. And that is the most simplest way to create your own plugin, and by taking the free source code you can limit your budget, and your plugin creation will be less pricey than usual. And then we're gonna go to the third chapter, that is develop the flow. And in this chapter I'm gonna show you how to set your plugin features. We don't want to have your plugin to be feature creep and lots of feature, but user didn't even need that feature. We just need the plugin to have the most important feature and the core feature only. And then we're gonna go to the modeling concept, where how we gonna go through how we're gonna design the plugin, and how we're gonna make the plugin look as professional and as six figures plugin style that is really good, and people buy this kind of plugin. And also we're gonna pay 100% attention to on user interface. As I said before, user interface is really important, and for users who use the plugin, we need to make the user feel comfortable, and the user doesn't need to read the manual to use a plugin. That is our goal for making a plugin. And then we're gonna go prepare a mockup. Basically, prepare a mockup is the designing things, and you can prepare a mockup by using the Photoshop, or you can using basic Excel to make the outline of the plugin. And then we're gonna go outsource all the work. By outsourcing all the work, yeah, I assume that you cannot build the plugin yourself, so we're gonna outsource all the work to the other platform. And there we're gonna search for programmers, and we're gonna define, test them, and then we're gonna hiring the programmer, and then we're gonna show how to proceed with the plugin development. And I think that's all for today. I'm gonna continue tomorrow. Thank you.